everybody, I'm Devin the Dead Man. Today I'm going to be showing off a build for Sevarog. Then I'm going to go record the gameplay of said build for Sevarog. Yay! Fun! Alright, I'm going to start with the Prime card. This is Warlord. It'll give you 60 power, and, oh. I didn't actually read the card that fully. That's nice. And 100% damage bonus to enemy heroes. Or enemies. It says enemies. Wow. That's... Holy crap, Orb is broken. Specifically against the... As comparable to the other Prime cards, Warlord gives 100% damage from minions to other minions in an area of effect. Your boys will hit 3 times harder than their boys. 2 times. Shut up. I don't math good. I'm lucky I can count a deck out. Actually, that needs to be replaced with that. Now, my tokens of choice are a couple of cast tokens for power, a health token for giggles. Do I have a healer token? Nope, I scrapped it. Would be a healer token in here too, because I wanted to try that out later. But currently, those are it. Tokens I use as in-betweens. They only get slotted in my card list. Oh, excuse me. If I have extra card points, I can dump and don't mind having that in my hand. The Hunter's Drink, Shaman's Drink, and Vampiric Elixir are my potions of choice. Hunter's and Shaman drinks scale with your player level, making them better later into the game and weaker earlier in the game. Vampiric Elixir will heal for the same amount Hunter's Drink will, over the same amount of time, but it also adds 5% lifesteal for 15 seconds while you're healing, which can keep up with a basic health potion if you're dealing enough damage. As lifesteal in this game works for more than just abilities, it's also what can be considered spell vamp. It's useful on a lot of characters. Though to be fair, lifesteal tends to exist on a lot of attack-oriented cards, so you won't really see it elsewhere. Now, onto the equipment. Or the rest of my hand, I should say. This deck is intended to be a jungler's deck. I am built for jungling. Therefore, I start with Beastmaster Scythe. Basic attacks on jungle minions will deal an extra 15 physical damage. This is extremely useful for clearing my jungle faster. Though, I don't keep this long. I get it. I get 2 card points. I go back. I get me a Vampiric Elixir, which helps me clear faster and better. And I pick up Blade, which will add a Siphon's effect on top of a Scythe. This means that my attacks will be doing 15 to extra damage and healing me for 8 health per swing. Oh, that's what I get for tapping my controller. Whatever. I've also got some lesser healths loaded into it, so that if I have spare card points, I can go ahead and dump them here if I need them. It's useful. It just turns out to be useful. If I don't need them, I don't get it. I don't get those upgrades at all, period. Either way, it's getting sold later for the full build items. Now here is the full build. Usually, I'll start off with Spiked Bone Plate and max it first. Early game, I'm not really worried about ability armor, because most of the time, basic attacks are what ends my life, or helps end my life. Abilities hurt like a truck, and if they start to hurt too much, I will flat out stop and start building on this. Both of them are core items to my deck though, so I built them both anyways. They're both loaded about the same. 2 armor cards, 1 strike or cast card. This allows for a little bit of damage and a lot of resistance. Things don't hit near as hard when you have resistances. Next, we have the next item I typically build, which is Ward. I will pick this up before finishing either item, typically, because having a ward is something you should always have, and it makes your life easier. I will not finish it for a while, but I will pick it up. And I picked Sage's Ward in particular because it gives me extra health, a lot of it, and some power, which is useful in the long run as increasing my power as the overall goal of being a character. You hit harder, you deal more. You deal more, they don't fuck with you as often. it is counted to 8 to allow for Snakevine and Spug Boneplate to be at 12. Same with Amulet of the Veteran. Fully loaded with health because I get 6 power at the end, and having a, what is it, 300... It's a 400 health card for 8. That's nice. I like that a lot. Next we move on to my Sustain card. Curse of the Leech. 15% lifesteal, roughly 18 power. Again, this card is counted to 8 to allow me to do what I need. Then we move on to Swift Creek Heart, which is my only attack speed item in the deck, past the first key. This card, attack speed in general, is useful on Sevarog, because Sevarog has a slower attack speed, and even adding just a major kinetic and a 5.5 attack speed from a card really helps him out. And then the rest of the card is straight health, because this is 450 health after the card's complete, and it's a 12-drop card, which is why the other 3 are at 8. This has been my deck for Sevarog. I'm about to go record the game where I'm going to play using this deck, and hopefully show off how good it is. This has been Devin the Dead Man, and I'll see y'all later.